Okay, here we are with strategy number 4, and that strategy is to give the banker and the mitigator an offer that they literally can't refuse. And most of the properties that we buy in our house buying business in St. Augustine are $1 million properties. However, right here at a little beach community, tons of really good deals. We've got so many deals thrown at us right now that basically we can't do them all. So one of the secrets that we do is we take all of our properties, we put them on the multiple listing service. Then we start consecutively dropping the price of that property every 2 weeks by 3% of the gross sales price. And what we do is we go back and we look at the properties that we start getting showings on. So if we start to get a showing, we realize that that's a property that we probably want to do a short sale on. Now in this particular case, this is a great and an absolutely great example. This is just clear out of the blue. We decided to come take a look at a low-end junker house. And here's why. Because we put it on the multiple listing service. Real estate agent has had 2 showings in the last week, so we know that we're right within where we should be. Now, normally, I told Todd, I said, Todd, don't work this short sale. I don't want to waste our time doing it. Frankly, we're not going to make any money on this house. However, knowing that we've got 2 people that want the house, is it worth us bearing down on the short sale? And the answer is yes, absolutely yes. So here's exactly what we're going to do on this house. I'm going to share the numbers with you, and I want to go through how we're going to create an offer to the bank that they can't refuse. First of all, this property has $201,000 worth of financing on it. It's 1 mortgage and it's Aurora loan. Now, we've got a BPO that's already been complete. The BPO on this property came in at $175,000. Aurora is going to take 80% of the $175,000. So if we look at that number, that's actually $140,000. So with Aurora taking $140,000, what is our buyer at? Our buyer right now, where in the heck is this thing? Our buyer right now is, oh, here it is. Matter of fact, we've only looked at this house 1 time, right? But we went on ahead and submitted the short sale package. We left it alone. Now we've got 2 potential buyers, so here we are. So with Aurora wanting to accept $140,000, yet we have it sold at $139,900. That is our offer. Don't have an earnest money deposit on it yet, but the folks are pre-qualified, so that's good enough for me for right now. So we've gone back and we started to bear down on the bank. It's obvious we're going to get this deal because I'm going to share a technique with you that's going to have you win on every single deal. It's absolutely deadly powerful. So what happens is the bank is at $175,000 on a broker's price opinion. They're going to take 80% of that BPO, which means they're willing to accept $140,000. Now, if our buyer's at $139,000, what's the spread? Well, there is no spread. However, we're going to create a spread. So how do you structure an offer the bank can't refuse? What we do is we put in some concessions. We're going to put in 5% commission concession that goes and is subtracted against the bank's net. So if the bank's going to be at $140,000, we're going to put in a concession of $7,000 for the real estate agent's commission. The bank will readily accept that. As a matter of fact, we get it accepted all the time. We always shoot for a 7% commission. They're going to kick it back to 5%. Number 2, this house needs a fair amount of repairs. I'm going to take you around. I'm going to show you what happened on the broker's price opinion and why we were able to get it down to $175,000. Now, truthfully, that wasn't that good of a broker's price opinion. The problem was we didn't really want to focus on this house. The BPO came in way higher than we wanted. Todd and I said, you know what, forget it. We're going to go ahead and just take the deal as it sits. Next thing we're going to do. Now we're at $140,000 is what the bank's going to accept. We subtract $7,000 in concessions to pay the real estate agent, which is a legitimate concession. The bank pays that. We're going to take $10,000 in seller concessions because the house needs repairs. In other words, this debtor, this seller, is taking a concession of $10,000 off of their gross sales price to us to anticipate us, or I should say to entice us to participate in this property. So if you subtract the $7,000 and the $10,000 in seller concessions, brings it down to $123,000, which is the bank's net. Now if we sold it at $139,000, there's about $16,000 spread on this deal. Now I can tell you, this is a trash can deal. Literally, we just said, we don't even want this deal. Now we've got a potential buyer, actually 2 buyers, and we've been able to structure an offer the bank can't refuse. We're going to make a $16,000 check. I mean, this is not the Taj Mahal. It's not the normal deal, but who's going to sneeze at $16,000? Frankly, you know how much time we got in this file? Less than 6 hours total, start to finish, including the mitigation. Not a bad pay date. Let's take a look at the outside of the house. All right, now I want you to get a look at this trash and stuff out here. One of the other things about this house, if Todd, if you can get a shot of it, the exterior of the property leaves a fair amount to desire. However, this is one of the things that Todd corrected me on. The exterior does not look that great, but the interior is in good condition. So one of the things that we did not do is we did not get an interior broker's price opinion. So let's go in and take a look at the inside of the house. As you can see here, the deck boards are shot. Tons of trees, shrubbery everywhere. This T111 on the outside is a mess. Got a little bit of termite damage. As you get on the inside of this house, this is a clean little house. Here's a typical great little beach house. It's got great hardwood floors. As I said, we're just literally 2 blocks from the beach. It's got a great kitchen. It's got a tile floor. It's got a new carpet. It's a nice, neat little house. Now, it's a little junky because obviously the person's moved out of here and has just left everything in the house. But here's one of the things I want to make sure to share with you when you're structuring an offer the bank can't refuse. If you've got an exterior BPO that's going to support your value, then you stick with that. In this particular case, as I said, Todd just reminded me and said, Jeff, we don't want to get an interior BPO. So I completely forgot. That's why we stuck at the 175 that the bank brought it in at. So based on the 80% that they're going to take, and based on the concessions on structuring the offer the bank can't refuse, we're right in within their delegated authority. We're going to create an offer to them that's going to absolutely work. We're going to be able to get this deal done. We're going to walk away with a nice little $16,000 check on a deal that's literally taken us less than 30 days to put together. Kind of sweet. Now, one of the other things I want to say about this too is when we first submitted the package to this deal, it sat in loss mitigation for a total of 38 days. While it was on the multiple listing service, we did not do any mitigation on this whatsoever other than meeting the BPO agent out here one time. All your files are going to sit generally for 30 days. Then after the 30 days, the bank opens it up. At that point in time, the multiple listing service, if it's yielded a potential buyer, then you go ahead and you go back to the bank and you start bearing down on that short sale.